we just found out that the US inflation reached 9.1% in June month, its highest rate in nearly 41 years. And as soon as we found out, the price of Bitcoin and also the price of traditional market started showing this retracement. And now, since the price of Bitcoin is struggling to hold this 19,000, what to expect next? Because if you have watched my video from yesterday, I made it very clear the price of Bitcoin here is clearly showing this weakness, which is also indicating that maybe the market has not bottomed yet. Why? Because we know, according to this in a weekly time frame, we just found out the price of Bitcoin in most of the cases has always found support around this 200 weekly moving average. But in our case, it's different. I mean, the price of Bitcoin has failed to hold this support at this 200 weekly, and now we are also holding the most important support line between 19 to 20,000. So if the 19,000 support is also going to get broken, then you can see, guys, according to this in a weekly time frame, this 300 weekly SMA is going to be our upcoming target for Bitcoin here in the medium short term. Why? Because we know yesterday I made it very clear the trend here was weakening, and now in a daily time frame the price of Bitcoin has also failed to form this bullish crossover. In the past price action, we have seen whenever the price of Bitcoin has started this impulsive movement, you can see, guys, the Williams alligator indicator, the green line will always remain at the top and blue line at the bottom. But when we see the trend reversal, the blue line starts appearing at the top, green line at the bottom, and in an uptrend, as you can see, green line at the top, blue line at the bottom. But now in our case, the price of Bitcoin was about to form this bullish crossover, right? Because the green line was already crossing above this red line. But now you can see, unfortunately, the price of Bitcoin has retraced back. So what does this actually mean? Because if we look here to the downside, MACD line could be turning into a bearish MACD cross very soon. RSI line has failed to enter above 50 level, and also now the T3CCI is in a negative territory, giving us a warning sign, because we have seen once this MACD is going to show this bearish crossover, in most of the cases after that the price of Bitcoin has also shown a bigger retracement. So guys, we are going to monitor this 19,000 support line very closely. And beside this example, if you also look at this one scenario here in a 4-hour time frame, so in a 4-hour time frame, I am going to keep it very simple, because yesterday I showed you with this falling trend line why around this 19,000 the price of Bitcoin is not allowed to lose support. Not just only this falling trend line, but also another rising trend line here from the downside, right? This rising trend line, the lower line area from this ascending channel, doesn't matter. You can see the 19,000 has always been one of the most important line of support. So right now, if the price of Bitcoin is going to lose the support from this 19,000, then we are clearly going to form this bearish scenario, which is also going to trigger another bigger sell-off here in price action of Bitcoin. Why? Because we have seen in the past price action. Let me show you this one here. Whenever the price of Bitcoin has lost support from this bear flag, after that we have seen this bigger price retracement. Same scenario unfolded here as well. So now if we are going to lose the support just like yesterday, guys, the price of Bitcoin could be starting this rally here to the downside around 14 to 15,000 range before choosing an actual trend direction. Not solely through this bearish flag, we are getting the target around 15,000. I also showed you with this CPR indicator. According to the central pivot range indicator, we can see the price of Bitcoin is still getting rejection around the bottom CPR line. And now according to this bottom CPR line, if this trend continuation is going to happen, then the lower price target is open, and this lower target for this July month is also sitting around 14,300 area. So this 14,000 is definitely going to be our target for this July month for Bitcoin. So that's why, guys, even if the price of Bitcoin is going to show any sort of a relief rally, because we just saw a fake out as soon as we found out that the CPI index is around 9.1% for this June month, which definitely shook the market. But the bigger pain will happen when FOMC meeting takes place at the end of this month. Yes, guys, at the end of the month, FOMC meeting is going to happen, and the Federal Reserve now, after they just found out that the CPI index is around 9.1%, they will think whether to hike up the interest rate more than 75 basis point, because 75 basis point shook the market last time. And now if they are going to hike up the interest rate, let's say even more than 75 basis point, that is going to be a disaster for market. So let's be careful and let's focus on this price target around 19,000 for now, because this is the very important line of support, and we don't want the price of Bitcoin to lose this support at any cost, because losing this support will trigger another bearish scenario where we could be getting gravitated towards this 14 to 15,000 range for Bitcoin in the upcoming days. So these are some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and a bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.